Hello, everyone. Good evening. I'm glad you're here with me tonight. It is now 9:30 Central Time in Tennessee in the United States, and I am so excited to be back once again on the show with you all. It is Reset Wednesday, and as you all know, if you don't know, some of you know, it is Reset Wednesday, and that is my belief that no matter where you're at in your week, you can reset. And since people call that hump day and we're trying to get over the hump, trying to make things better, I like to think that that's a perfect time to reset. It's really amazing, how much we carry with us, all the stress of our everyday, day in and day out of our lives, and the things that just come up, throughout the week. And sometimes they kind of blindside us. Sometimes we're moving through the week, everything's going great, and Wednesday morning you wake up and you got a flat tire, kids are sick, something's checks bounce, something's crazy's happened in your world, and you just kind of feel like, man, this is like halfway through my week, how are we going to continue on? And I'm here to tell you that you can use your breath, you can use your subconscious mind to reset any challenges that you have, whether it's Wednesday or any other time. And what I like to help people remember is by using your breath, you can change your state of mind, your state of being. Your subconscious mind, as I often say, does not know the difference in fact or fiction. So if you feel like you're having the worst day ever, you can just tell your subconscious mind or just tell yourself, this isn't such a bad day. Actually, it's a great day. Look, the sun's out, the dogs are happy, everything went good so far this morning. And, that one phone call or that one little thing that happened is just a glitch, it's just one little thing. And sometimes those little glitches help kind of line us up to help us get to that place where maybe we kind of veered off a little bit off track, and sometimes it may seem like the worst thing. And then when you step back later, maybe the next day or so, you look back and you go, wow, that just helped slow me down a minute so that I can focus and get back where I need to be. So saying that, I would like to demonstrate just for a moment how to bring yourself back to center. And it's very, very simple and it's very important. And I recommend that you do this all the time, anytime you want to. If you have a test that you're going to take, or you have a meeting at work, or a tough client, or whatever it is in your world, that you can use these techniques for that as well. You're getting ready to walk into that meeting and somebody comes out and says, yeah, so and so is not in a good mood. You can go, okay, and just take a minute, anchor, put those fingers together, go back to all that good stuff that's in those anchors, and then breathe into your nose as far as you can and exhale through your mouth. Yeah, like that. Just as slow and controlled as you can. Again, in through your nose, and count when you do that. If you can get to 4, that's great. Exhale. You can take the time and do these breaths. Say 10 times is great, 5 times works fine, even once or twice. What it doesn't only just reset your thought patterns, it actually calms your heart rate, it lowers your blood pressure, it helps calm down your digestive system. It is absolutely phenomenal how simple and how effective this process works. There's many, many people out there that know this already. And then for those of y'all that don't, welcome to it, because it is really incredible when you learn these little tricks and tips on how to realign yourself so that you're not just stumbling through the world, or allowing people to push your buttons and control you. And that leads me into something that's very, very important. And it's been on my mind a lot because it seems like everybody I've talked to this week has been about the word is anxiety. I don't like that word. I know it's a label. I like the word better, like we're out of balance, we're not feeling it, we're stressed. Anxiety's got a really strong, powerful punch just to the word. And then it leads to diagnosis, it leads to medication, sometimes it leads to stigma. Some people don't like people to know they have anxiety. Guys, we all have it. It's part of the human condition, and sometimes it's more extreme than others. There's different levels, and there's nothing to be ashamed of ever. Again, with the techniques that I'm teaching you every week, these are all great, wonderful ways to check back in with yourself. And if you're in a moment of stress and high stress, anxiety, panic mode, or, God forbid, you're, hiding out from the world because you just can't cope. You can use these little tips and techniques, and I have so many more I'd love to teach you. You can, contact me and set up an appointment. Get in one of my programs. I have a great program, 4 weeks to the ideal you, and it's very in depth, very deep techniques and meditations and focusing and nutritional concepts. It's everything, mind, body, spirit. And I would love to share that with you. Just get in touch with me, and I'll get you an intake form, and we can go through it and see where you come in, where you kind of score, and then from there we can decide which way to go. A lot of people have more tricks and tips and a lot more education in these things. So, they're not quite where some people are. They're just getting started. It's like being on a grand trip, and some just got started, and some are almost at the precipice of their whole journey. So it's customized for you. It's definitely just customized for you. There's nothing, typical about the course. However, using these techniques, one of the best things I know for anxiety is to, when I'm starting to feel that sense of, uh-oh, everything's going wrong. I don't know what to do. I got to breathe, whatever. The first thing I do is go to my breath always. And just like I just showed you, and then I put my hand on my heart. I feel my heart, physically feel my heart. And then I feel my heart mentally. I check in, I tune in with my body, and I ask, my body, what are you feeling right now? And sometimes it's like, boy, I got a lot of tightness in my chest. Sometimes, oh, my belly doesn't feel so good. I feel like I might, be nauseous, or God forbid, I'll be sick or something, worse. And then sometimes it's like, yeah, I got that kind of sharp pain in my head, or my neck gets tight. So wherever that is, that awareness is, I shift my consciousness to that part of my being, and I breathe into that area. And then I ask, which is so important, is this mine? Because I'm an empath, and a lot of us are. So is this mine? Am I feeling what my husband's feeling? Am I feeling what my neighbors are feeling, my children, the world, at large? What is this? Because I'm pretty tuned in usually. So it's like, if it's mine, the first thing I ask is, what can I do about this? Is there something I can do? And instantly my head goes, after all these years of training, yes, use your breath, use your breath. I use my breath, and then tune into your surroundings. So the first thing I do is I look around the room. And right now, you see this picture behind me, but I have another really pretty picture in front of me over here. And like, since it's in front of me, I would focus on it. It's a beautiful syrup jar with vases, and a beautiful wood bowl with oranges in it, and these gorgeous flowers in this vase. So I would focus, I would find a focal point. If you're driving, pull over on the side of the road, find a focal point. It could be your dash, it could be your speedometer, it could be your beautiful ring, it could be anything. It could be a bird in the sky, whatever it is. But find something and put all of your attention on it, every bit of it, so that whatever's going on the, the peripheral, whatever's going on deep inside of you, all those symptoms and reactions, all it is your body telling you that you're out of balance. And fear, of course, puts us even deeper out of balance. Anxiety is fear. So by putting your focus and your awareness on a focal point, a focus object, like I'm talking about this picture. So this picture is orange and brown and yellow, and it's got shades of orange in it. It's not just one color orange. It's got the browns in it are about 3 different shades that look like a blue background. So I would focus on the individual um, pieces, parts of whatever I'm looking at. So like this one's, I can count the petals in the flower. There's probably about 50 in one. And then I can count, I'm just, guesstimating here, 30 in the other. And then I notice the hues of the orange and the yellow and the different colors of the leaves. And at this point, what you're doing is you're taking your conscious mind onto something more relaxing, so that your subconscious mind can do the work. And the subconscious mind doesn't, it doesn't know the difference in fact or fiction. So if you're telling it, oh my God, Godzilla's at my front door and he's coming through the door and I'm going to die, your subconscious mind is going to go into, dear God, protect this person, let me protect this person. And what am I going to do? And your heart's going to start pounding, your blood pressure is going to go up. You're going to get the desire to run like crazy or freeze. I don't usually freeze, but it can happen. And when you freeze, of course, when you're frozen, you're in terror. So that's not a good place to be. Running scared to death, especially if something that you don't even know is real, is not a good feeling. So if you're focusing on this object and you're taking in the structure of the object and you're totally distracted on that, your subconscious mind has a chance to slow down, slow everything down in your body. You're doing your breath work, your heart rate's coming down. You're asking yourself, is this mine? If it's mine, what can I do about it? Maybe I need to go for a walk before I go into the office this morning. Maybe I should park my car a block away and just walk. Maybe I should take the stairs instead of the elevator. There's such simple things we can do to change our state of being. It is the amount of things that you can do are only limited by your imagination. Totally, truly. You can play with your fingertips. You can wiggle your toes in your shoes. You can, get fascinated by your elbow. I mean, I know I'm being ridiculous, but you really can. If you have animals, you can watch your animals play. You can stand outside and watch the wind in the trees. If you're near water, that's the best thing for me. If you're near any body of water, if you're standing in your kitchen, turn on the faucet, watch the water run, and just see it and listen to it and get in that moment of that water. This is being mindful. This is being in the present, because the point of power is in the present. It's only now. The past is gone. The future is what it is, but we have right now. And after hearing about teenagers this past week that are desperate, desperate for help, hearing about seniors who are struggling, excuse me, are struggling, trying to find balance in this new world because they don't understand the new world. Talking to a dad the other day, that he's a single dad and he doesn't know what to do with his four children, and he's really struggling. And all these people, that's the word they use, is anxiety. Several of them are now being seen, and they're, going on medications, and more power to them. If that's what they need, that's what they need. Hopefully it's just for a short time and they learn other things to do to manage their lives and then to thrive in it. Because if you don't have joy and happiness, you got to find it. You got to look for it. Sometimes it's just not given to us. Sometimes we really have to look for it and create it in our world. And there's so many ways to do it again, with the water, with the beauty around us. It's fall here. It's almost winter time here, and excuse me, in Tennessee. And it's not quite as nice for me as the spring and the summer, but those beautiful autumn leaves are gorgeous. The wind just blowing them on the ground, and just watching them yesterday, it was like, okay, I got this. I can do this. And what was I panicked about? I almost fell down the stairs, and my heart was just pounding like, oh my God, what if I'd have fell? And then this would have happened and that would happen. And then instantly I do what I call flip the script. And it was like, okay, so I didn't fall. What if I had a fall? What if I'd have started to fall and I caught myself, and I would have been fine and I wouldn't have got injured? And, it's just the simple thing sometimes of changing what we're telling ourselves, because a lot of times what we're worried about is just not real. It is just not real. And that goes back to my vision. I think it was last week. And then this Monday morning, the message that I got from Spirit when I was sitting in meditation was beautiful. I was shown all these doves. It was like these three white doves, and three's a big number for me. These three white doves came up, and the sense of peace was incredible. And then I was shown literal hippie peace signs, and they were, all different psychedelic colors, big ones, little ones, but these doves. And what I heard was there will be I'm going to try to read it to you, a peace agreement, an unprecedented peace agreement that people will be shocked by. This morning, when I was washing dishes, actually, and I turned on YouTube, the first thing I heard was they're talking about, and I can't even remember what country it was. I think it was Russia and the Ukraine, but whatever it was. But they were talking about that now that peace will become, that they're talking peace. They're talking ways to de-escalate this war, to stop this, to stop the killing, to stop the violence. And I thought, well, of course, my visions usually are really on track. And I was just so grateful that, things can return more to a sense of balance. Whatever you believe about whatever's going on out there, that's all fine and great, but nobody wants people to die. I really believe most people don't want war. Most of us want peace. We don't want the children to suffer. We don't want people to be killed and murdered, especially these young men that are serving in the military that don't even want to be there. And in some countries, they don't have a choice. We do right now, and thank God for that. There was a time that we didn't, and I pray that never happens again. But those children, these young people that didn't want to go, a lot of them didn't get to come home. And I believe that most humans do not want strife and battles and war and competition, these things. And what I'm seeing on a regular from my guides and in my dreams is that we don't get wrapped up in it. It is happening. It's not that it's not true. It's just the facts that we're getting aren't true. And it really is a grand illusion if people believe this is it. But you know what you think about, you bring about. So if we're all focused on what we don't want, we're creating what we don't want. So again, flip the script. You start listening to the news, you hear people talking about it, flip the script. Could you imagine what would happen if they decided to sign international peace treaties across the world and we could all work together? I mean, doesn't that feel great? And some people would say, oh, that's such a Pollyanna viewpoint. Well, then I'll be Pollyanna because I'd much rather focus on that than the other side of it. Because the other side of that brings me anxiety. It makes my heart beat funny. It makes my head hurt. It makes me start thinking things about the future that aren't joyful, aren't happy. I can prepare for the worst and expect the best. That's my motto in everything, whether it's growing food, putting food aside, canning food, educating myself on health and human nutrition and animal nutrition and herbology and ways to bring down, to bring the spirit into balance with the body and the mind to calm the mind. Mental illness is at an all-time high, and everything we're talking about, that I'm sharing with you and that everyone's out there screaming about, it doesn't have to be that way. But we don't have to have this the way it is. So we have to choose to work on ourselves first and then to spread that out into the world. So, saying that, I would like to just go into a little meditation here in a moment, and it's going to be pretty short because the show is short. But I just want you to think about, before we start the meditation, colors: orange, red, yellows, greens, blues, purples, golds, silvers, whites, blacks, and all the colors in between, all the hues, every color you can imagine. And I'd like you to not just think of them, but I'd like you to picture them. So if you could picture the color yellow, the true color yellow. Yellow is the color of the solar plexus chakra, and that's right between the breastbones. And the solar plexus chakra is a place where when we're in balance, we have beautiful confidence. We have, we, ha- we choose the best choices. It's easy to make choices, great choices. We find ourselves in alignment with, things of spirit. We feel like we have self-worth, and our self-worth grows when our solar plexus is in balance. What I know from all of my studies with Reiki and quantum touch and hypnosis and everything else, and the food charts and the food healing, eating electric. I tell you, if you want to be electric, eat electric. You want to have low energy, eat low energy food, eat dead food, eat processed food, eat chemicals, eat crap. And I guarantee you, it won't be very long, you'll be feeling it. But if you eat electric and you eat the rainbow, because there's so many fruits and vegetables out there with color, amazing color. And when you eat that way, you bring that energy into the body, into the spirit. So, being that the solar plexus is represented by the color yellow, when you think about your solar plexus in this short little meditation we're going to do, this visualization in a moment, I want you to notice what color yellow your solar plexus is. If it's murky brown, if it's dark, I want you to brighten it. If that means to bring a light into it, however you want to do it. You know what the color yellow looks like. It could be lemon yellow. It is lemon yellow, sunshine yellow, however you need to do it to brighten that up. And that's just the solar plexus chakra that we're speaking on right now. That also, comes from above and below the color. So it all just increases as we move through this little visualization. It will help you so much with your confidence, your self-worth, your self-love, so that you love yourself. Because if you can't love yourself and you don't love yourself, it's really hard to love anybody else truly. And when you walk out in the world and you're not confident, it seems like we attract things that are fearful, and it brings fear. Because again, if your solar plexus is out of balance, you're going to notice that you have more fear, concerns, worries, and anxiety, right? More stress, everything's stressful. So, as we're doing this exercise, I just want you to bring in this beautiful color. Like I said, it could be the sunshine, it could be a lemon, it could be a yellow ray of light. Whatever it is for you is perfect. There's no perfect way. I'm just your guide. And all self-hypnosis, I mean, all hypnosis is self-hypnosis, so you're in charge. And you can take it as far as you want. You can, when I'm done with this show, you can continue on. And I pray that you practice these exercises daily and get in touch with me and let me know, how it's going. And if you have comments or suggestions, you've been doing this for a while, share your viewpoints with me. I love that. I really do. So saying all of that, just allow yourself to become very conscious of where you're sitting. Feel your chair on your bottom on the chair. Notice in front of you somewhere, whether it's on my screen or your wall or whatever it is, a focal point. Find something to focus on. And when you focus on this item, whatever it is, look for the deepest parts of it. Like I said, if it's a flower, look at the petal, look at the line in the petal, look at the shadow on the line, look at the hues, the colors. That's it. This is a creative visualization. You can choose to do this eyes open, or it's much more relaxing. You can close your eyes. And as you close your eyes, just imagine, or if they're open, imagine your focal point. Bring that deep inside of you. And imagine now, however you can, your solar plexus there, right under your breastbone, right in the center of your chest, below your heart, but in the middle. That's it. And as you focus on this area, I would just like you to notice what color comes to you. The color for this area is typically yellow. Sometimes it appears as other colors. That's fine. But notice what shade it is. Is it dark? Is it dull? Is it bright? Is it light? I'd like you to use the magic of your mind and just imagine that beautiful, beautiful solar plexus brightening. You can imagine it with like a flashlight inside or a candle, or you could imagine the rays of the sun coming through into that. That's it. That's it. And as you focus on it, bring that yellow brighter and brighter still. Bring it to the beautiful pale yellow with a brightness to it. And then just notice you can choose to have like a brightness knob, and you can turn that brightness knob up. Or you could take a picture and superimpose it there, whatever you choose. You can imagine a picture you've seen of the perfect yellow, orange, yellow lemons, or the yellow sunshine, whatever it is for you. But bring it there now. And as you bring this into your solar plexus, ask yourself, is this comfortable for me? Is this a practice that I can stick with? That's it. Is what I'm feeling or I have been feeling, is it mine? Is it someone else's? What does it feel like when I'm having that sensation? Knowing that you're in a safe place to explore this now. And I want you to imagine when you're having that sense of anxiety, stress, confusion, fear, whatever it is, just for a moment. I'm going to count to three. Feel it on the number three. One, feeling it. Two, a little stronger. Three, you're there. You see yourself. You know what that looks like. That's it. Now, snap out of it. Go back. That's it. Now, just allow yourself to step back out of that and look at it as if you're across the room or it's on a television screen and see yourself in that moment. That's it. Separate from it. It's over there. You're here. You're apart from it. That's it. Now, notice, check in with yourself and feel what that feels like now. If it was, say, a 5 or a 7 before, is it a 2 or a 1 or a 3 now? That's right. That's perfect. And as you feel the changes and you notice that that intensity has came down, and you notice how you could bring that on just by thinking about it, and then you could shift back. This is just how simple it really will be when you need this practice. If you should need this practice again, you could see how you could create it and then decreate it. So there's the script, there's the trauma, there's the drama, and then you flip the script. And when you flip the script, now you're out of the drama, you're out of the trauma, you're feeling calm, you're feeling confident. Yes, you're feeling lots of self love, a lot of self esteem. You got this, you got your power. And remember to always stay in your power. Don't give that away. There is no fear, only awareness. No fear, only awareness. No fear, only awareness. Fear is false emotions appearing real. It is not real. It is false emotions appearing real. Allow yourself to begin to come back into the room, knowing you're in total awareness and total love, ready to go on with your night. Sleep wonderful tonight. And in the morning, you'll get up and get your lemon water, drink that beautiful lemon water throughout the day, and watch your body sculpt and change. Remember to get your essential oils and be smelling them to bring you down and calm you down. Lavender, rose, frankincense. That's it. Thank you, everyone. I pray you have a blessed night and a blessed week. And check in next week and let's see if this prayer calls come, this peace treaty is coming. It would be absolutely phenomenal for it to happen in the next 24 hours. I love you all. Don't forget to keep looking up. Never forget you're not alone. You got this. You're super powerful. And keep practicing. And holler at me. Let's get you signed up for that 4 weeks. 4 weeks of the Ideal You custom plan just for you. I love you all. Y'all have a great night.